Alright, here we go. After 4 long months, I have finally finished AX Live. Of course, as of this recording on Saturday morning, I still have the last challenge to do later today. So the way my schedule is, I figure I'd go into town and go to the actual gym that I go to, because there's like a Christmas parade in town. So I figure, why waste time going into town twice when I can just kind of combine the two. So this afternoon I'll be getting into the last challenge. So technically I'm not officially done, but like as of this recording, I'll be doing it this afternoon. So like what I'll do is like kind of like jump in the comments, be like, hey, yep, I'm getting this done. I just got this done and everything. So now this is an all American Muscle review for the Athlean X. So All American Muscle is one of the 4 month programs. The other one being Old School Iron. So most of the Athlean X programs are 3 months. Now you do have the 1 month NXT programs. So now I'm gonna start off saying I have had success in doing when I do a 3 month program. Coming off that, it's kind of like more of a psychological thing. Like, do I really want to do another 3 month program? It's like, oh hey, look, here's an NXT, which is like a 1 month program. So that's where a good way for like NXTs to come into play is like after you complete one of the big programs, like a 3 or 4 month program, like I just did with All American Muscle. That's where you could plug in the NXTs. Of course, there's no perfect order, so I usually tell people to start with AX1, so you can at least get a good grasp and a good foundation for the concepts and like kind of like the athletic based training. And so AX1, you ramp into AX2. So after 6 months, you have that not only good foundation with the AX1, but you have like 6 months experience along with AX2 and everything. So now you could be someone who like, oh, I need to complete things in order, and so then you could ramp right into all the 18 original NXTs and everything. You don't necessarily have to do it that way. That's just another way to do it. Or like you can be like me, you finish like a 3 month program. Well, I want just kind of like a quick spurt, so let me do one of the NXTs or whatever. So kind of having to explain that and getting out of the way, I'm now going to get into like the kind of the details of the program itself. So with it being a 4 month program, that actually break it down into like, in a sense, phases. It's like just like all the other programs, you have like phases. So like month-long phases or whatever. So like you start off with month one with an upper, in a sense, lower split. So you do I'm going to say you start on Sunday, Monday to Sunday through Saturday, typical like a calendar week. So on Sunday you would do a lower lifting session. Monday you do an upper lifting session. Day 3 on Tuesday would be a combine day, the SAQ type workouts that you find in the other programs as well. At day 4 on Wednesday, you go back and do another lower lifting session. Day 5 on Thursday, you do another upper day. So then, sixth and final day on like Friday, you do another combine day, but you're doing jumping. Then, of course, on Saturday, the 7th day, you get a rest and recovery day. So then you pretty much repeat that for the whole month and everything. And then at the end of the month, you have at the end of every month, you have like a challenge. So in a sense, it's kind of like, in a sense, a test to kind of like, oh hey, look, how much progress did I make in like this first month and everything. And of course, just like every program here is repeatable, especially ones like Monster Maker, where you can kind of shift the focus. Like I did back, I could go back and back. I did the back muscles on Monster Maker. Then I could go and redo Monster Maker again and redo it with, in a sense, legs or maybe chest or something. So you could, in a sense, repeat this first month. Maybe you like with the challenge at the end of the month, the Iron Will 400 challenge. 400 challenges are usually like 400 reps, like 100 reps of 4 different exercises. So, and it's usually timed and everything. So you might like, hey, look, I want to repeat this month, and then redo the 400 challenge and see if I can beat my time and everything. It's quite possible to do that and everything. or you could do just like if you're good, you feel like you're good enough, you move on to month 2. Now, month 2 is actually kind of like getting into like one of those different types of splits and everything. So most people are familiar with like push pull legs, the upper lower that I just mentioned, total body, or like another ones. But what's different in month 2 is you do it breaks it up into like an combines upper and lower. So day 1 you're doing like upper push, like bench press, like tricep exercises. So you're doing like a lot of like pushing exercises. That's upper push, and then you do lower posterior. So the posterior chain. So you're doing like hamstrings and glutes and everything, stuff like deadlifts. So upper push, lower posterior. Day 2 you do upper pull, lower anterior. So like you're doing pulling exercises like the good old pull up, lat pull down. You're doing like the seated cable row. As my cat is coming over to get in on the action and wanting to knock over the stuff like he usually does. So that's well, lower anterior would be like stuff like deadlifts and everything. So pull would be like your pull-ups, your seated cable row. So you're doing on day 2 upper pull, lower anterior. Day 3 you get a rest or recovery day. Days 4 and 5 you're doing the upper push, lower anterior again, and upper pull, lower anterior. So you're doing like a push and like a kind of like a backside of your legs. Then you're doing pull and the front side of your legs. Then like day 6 you're getting a rest and recovery day. So you're actually getting 2 rest and recovery days this month. So like month 1 you're doing 6 days a week. This month you're doing 5 days a week. So 4 lifting sessions of 2 of upper pull, lower posterior, 2 of upper pull, lower anterior, and then on the 7th day you do a pro day preparation, which is kind of like in a sense that like you're prepping for a game day, whether it's like a football game, basketball game, or whatever. It's that kind of concept and everything. So then you do have like the 4 score challenge on this one and everything. So like when you go into the portal and you see all the different challenges and everything, you can get into like see what the different challenges are, and you can see how like other people have posted times for stuff like that. So you can actually go in like hey, look, I want to see what the 4 score challenge is about, and like that was like a couple months ago for me. So like I had to go back and actually see my challenge, see like where I stand on that and everything. So, but if you want, I say get into the portal, check it out if you want to and everything, and start getting into this stuff, and so that way you can kind of know what I'm talking about. Month 3 goes into like yet another split. So like you start off day 1 with a pull workout. So this month you're pretty much doing the stereotypical push pull leg split, but you're only going through each one of those once and everything. So day 1 would be pull. Day 2 would be a pro day speed. So you're kind of like working on like your speed. So like exercises like maybe like an agility ladder, stuff like that, where you're working on like your speed, your quickness, and everything. So that's day 2. Day 3 is rest and recovery. Days 4 and 5 you get into legs, then push. Day 6 is pro day, so you're doing another pro day, but this one you're concentrating on jumping. I think like long jump or broad jump, like a high jump, you're trying to do like max a high jump and everything, stuff like that. Day 7 is rest and recovery, so you go through that split for the whole 3rd month. Pull, pro day speed, rest recovery, legs, push, pro day jump, and then rest and recovery. And then at the end of the month 3 you have All American Max Challenge. So this one is basically a test of your three big lifts: your deadlift, your squat, and your bench press. Now I'll get into like actually my success once I go through like the whole like month 4 and everything. So month 4 you actually go into like a total body split and everything. So day 1 you do total body. Day 2 is rest and recovery. Day 3 is an aftershock workout. So like you're kind of working in a sense like a conditioning day using like a lifting concepts and everything. Then like day 4 is at rest and recovery. Day 5 you do another total body. and then day 6 you're doing rest and recovery, and then day 7 is like a game day workout. So like you're in a sense like the game day workout is kind of like, oh hey, it's game day. You're actually going through like a workout as if it's actually like you're playing football on a Sunday, or you're playing a basketball game, or like whatever sport you're into. So that would be like the concept of month 4. Total body, rest and recovery. Aftershock, rest and recovery. Total body, rest and recovery. Game day. So you're kind of flip-flopping in between workouts and rest days. So now, as of today of this recording, this afternoon, what I'll be doing is getting into the All-American AX Games challenge. So this challenge is pretty much kind of like you can see, like, once you get into this challenge, you can kind of see like, oh hey, look, it follows the same kind of concept as like the AX Live event and everything. So if you have ever been to that and everything, you know what I'm talking about and everything. So if you're not if you haven't been to AX Live, or you haven't, you're not I say you haven't gone yet, or you have never been there, do it, because it's like I've made videos on like hey look, this is an event that you don't want to miss and everything. So this challenge, you're pretty much having like eight exercises kind of like as a circuit, and you're going like you do one, you finish all the reps, you go to the next one, you finish all the reps, one right after the other, and the only rest time you get is like the transition and everything. So this is like the challenge at the end of the day. So now the kicker of this though is like you have 3 strikes, and like before striking out. So like for instance, the second exercise is pull-ups. So like you start with cone jumps, you do 30, then you go and do like 12 pull-ups, then you go and do like creeping static lunges with like a goblet squat, and you move from exercise to exercise. And so if you stop in the middle of an exercise, that's considered a strike. And so if you get 3 strikes, you strike out. So like for instance, like with 8 exercises, if at like say the 7th exercise you get your 3rd strike, you strike out, and like like, oh hey look, this is where I stand. I was able to complete 7 of the 8 exercises. So now the big thing with this program that I've actually had major success with and everything. So my 3 big lifts have gone up by a combined total of 120 pounds. So I've put on 50 pounds on my deadlift, I've put on 50 pounds on my squat, and I put 20 pounds on my bench press and everything. So now in the grand scheme of things, like I mean, you're looking at like powerlifters. Yeah, my numbers can't compete with them, but that's not the point. The point is I was, like I said, able to increase my 3 big lifts by a combined total of 120 pounds. So if you really get into this, you can pretty much really see the same type of success if you really bust your ass like I did and everything. Of course, like now after 4 months, it's like, yeah, I'm kind of like feeling it. I'm feeling a little bit beat up and everything, because I was able to push myself and do that and everything. So my plan is to take this next week to kind of like take a recovery week. I'm still going to be getting out and being active, like getting out for walks and stuff like that and everything. But this is a review of like the All-American Muscle Program, one of the 2 4-month programs that I've come across so far, and it's definitely well worth it. I have seen tremendous success with it, so definitely get into this. Now again, I'm going to reiterate, if you're brand new to training, start off with the AX1 program and work yourself up to this one, and that you could, if you really bust your ass like I did, you could see as good if not better results through this as well.